Gambia, Angola, China Holding, Gash, producers of the finest tomato paste in the Gambia. Jaja tomato paste, available in 5 kilos, 1 kilo and in sachets. For wholesale and retail, visit our factory at Banjulunding. We are also producers of Jaja mineral water, cool, clear and fresh. Gash, Gambia, Angola, China Holding, with headquarters at Fatu Golden Plaza, Mile 7, Bertel Harding Highway. Gash Group also provides the best security company, Gash Security, for your offices, warehouses, homes and personal property. Gash Group for all your construction projects, offering you quality water reticulation for your gardens, pump irrigation, tidal irrigation projects and all types of buildings. You can contact Gash on 396-7894, 700-8993, 373-0259. Visit us at Gash Global Group on Battle Harden Highway, Fatu Golden Plaza. Our website www.gashglobal.com. Gambia, Angola, China Holding, Gash.
It's a warm welcome to our studio here in Sarukunda. This is Star TV News with me, Dado Chan. In the headlines tonight, a resident of Kanifing raised concern over plan to turn hospital to COVID-19 treatment center. A government accused of ignoring situation of Gambian workers in Lebanon. Exploring scare sites of Khartoum. A truck driver's excitement about Bone Road construction on the international scene. Mali transition talks end when no-deal military leaders agreed to release Keita. Hundreds of thousands displaced by Yemen's floods. California battle more lightning wildfire as humanity helps. Those were the headlines, so now the news in details. In a press release, it has come today a notice of the Office of the Inspector General of Police that certain individuals are in the business of forging or imitating the new aluminium number plates, thereby causing huge revenue loss to the state. The general public is hereby reminded that forging or imitating of the above-mentioned plates is a criminal offence. In fact, a few individuals suspected of the illegal act were arrested and are being processed for court. The general public is further informed that the Inspector General of Police Force Office, through its Mobile Traffic Department, will conduct an operation to check on vehicles for possible detection of forged or imitated number plates. Vehicles owners with the new aluminium number plates are advised to display the QR stickers on their vehicles at all times. Those owners of vehicles who were issued with authentic aluminium plates minus the QR stickers are advised to get their stickers from the nearest Comfort Quality Service outlet. Similarly, vehicle owners who paid for the old plate and did not get their number plate should present or sale a receipt issued to them at any Comfort Quality Services outlet to get the new plates without payment. The Office of the Inspector General of Police strongly warned the individual found wanting for forging or imitating the new aluminium plates will be prosecuted according to law. The usual cooperation and understanding of the general public is highly solicited. The release ends. As there has been an increase in demand of bed space for COVID-19 patients in the country due to the increase in the daily number of cases, effective on Monday, 24th August 2020, Kanifing Hospital is used as COVID-19 treatment center announced by the Ministry of Health and Social Welfare. The residents of Kanifing are so concerned about their welfare. Since the ministry made this announcement, people residing around the hospital in Kanifing questioned their safety if the ministry started the announced operation, which eventually effected yesterday, Monday, 24th August 2020. A resident of Kanifing who does not want to be on camera said that it is a very worrying time for them because their safety also matters. Even if the operation undergoes as planned, there should be measures put in place for the resident of the area. However, the hospital management held an extraordinary meeting on Friday, 14 August 2020 to discuss strategies and mechanism for the smooth transition of the hospital to a COVID-19 treatment facility. Meanwhile, 3 new COVID-19 related deaths recorded in the country on Monday, bringing the total number of deaths registered since March to 90. a crude case fatality ratio of 3.4%. Of this, while one was a known COVID-19 patient isolated at the sanatorium. The remaining 2 have their COVID-19 status confirmed posthumously. The median age of death of the 3 deceased cases, 2 male and 1 female, is 73 years, ranged 72 to 83 years. 101 new cases registered, taking the total number of COVID-19 cases ever confirmed in the country to 2,686. This represents a 27% test positivity rate, 101 out of a 379 total tests performed. The median age of the new cases is 36 years, ranged 1 to 100 years. 379 new laboratory test results received from MRCG and NPHL. Of this, 6 new tests returned indeterminate. 111 new recoveries registered, bringing the cumulative number of recoveries to date to 601, 22.4% recovery rate, whereas 11 people were newly taken into quarantine. 50 new discharges were made. The country currently has 292 people in quarantine, 1,995 active cases, 227 probable cases, and a crude case fatality ratio of 3.4%. The bulk of the active cases are asymptomatic and as such are on self-isolation at home, pending the manifestation of symptoms. Reporting for Star TV News, I am Dado Cham. Gambian workers, many of whom have been abandoned or forced to flee their employers, are currently stranded in Lebanese capital Beirut. Many of these women's lives were disrupted by the Beirut's chemical explosion, and they are questioning the government's commitment to repatriating them after the country's most senior diplomat in Lebanon dismissed their suffering. Bintakoli tells us more.
A group of 36 women, some injured in the blast, abandoned by employers or forced to flee, took to the streets of the city on Thursday to protest against remarks made by the country's honorary council in the Lebanese capital, who last week claimed they were coming up with stories. The government has had 9 months to repatriate these women who, according to reports and testimonies, have been living a life of servitude in Lebanon and other Arab countries. Lovett Jallo, a Stockholm-based activist, said that the situation of these girls is desperate. Jallo noted that she is ever ready to buy tickets for the return of these girls. But apparently, her efforts have been frustrated by the government as they won't allow her to pay for the air tickets so the girls can return home. She accused the government of doing nothing for 9 months when they had the chance to repatriate the girls. But now that she wants to help them, the government started scrambling around all in the name of helping to return the girls. She declared that everything was set for the return of the girls. She's booked all 36 tickets, but the government is making things even more difficult. She expressed that every single one of the girls is ready to return home. All they need now is the government to facilitate it so they can return home as soon as possible. The government of the Gambia, however, said yesterday that they are working on means of repatriating the girls back home. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs in a press release said, National Agency Against Trafficking in Person and the relevant government institutions are working on investigating the perpetrators, and this requires close collaboration to ensure that the perpetrators are apprehended, investigated and prosecuted. For Star TV News, I am Bintakoli.
Kartong is one of the scarce places in the Gambia, which is visited by many prominent people around the world in order to solve their personal problems. Over the weekend, Star TV explored the area in order to uncover the hidden secret of these places, which are Barikon Koto and Fulonko. Modu El Baji has the rest of the story.
Welcome to Beredin Koto in Kartong. This is a place believed to be visited by Sheikh Omar Fouti, one of the greatest scholars in West Africa. We will go out there to see and know what importance does this place have in the country, especially in Kartong at large. Berekon Koto is situated around the coastline of Kartong. This site is believed to be a grave of an unknown, but many are with the conviction that it's a close relative of Sheikh Omar Fouti, who was one of the greatest scholars in West Africa. However, visitors usually show their last respect whenever they visit the area. We met Dauda Bilgate Mane at the area and he explained about the place, He revealed that the place has been in existence since the time of their ancestors, noting that the place was founded by Sheikh Omar Fouti during his mission of propagating Islam. However, Mane could not confirm to us the name of the individual who is in the grave. He alleged that the place was under construction by the former president, but everything was torn down since he lost presidential election in 2016. Folonko is also another sacred site in Katong, just few meters away from Berekonkoto. It is also believed to have been discovered by Sheikh Omar Fouti. Folonko is a crocodile pool which is controlled by the old women of Katong. When they visit the place, visitors are urged to remove their shoes in respect of the place. Villagers also use the place as a meeting ground whenever they have problems or communal issues to solve. For Star TV, I am Modu Elbaji.
Truck drivers at the Banjul port saw excitement over Bond Road construction by the government as it makes their work easier. Our reporter Mariama then went out to talk to the drivers, and this is her report.
The Bond Road construction is part of the Banjul Rehabilitation Project launched in February 2019, worth $35.5 million US, approximately $1.8 billion by the President of the Gambia, Adama Barrow. While speaking to Star TV, Alhaji Bitey, a truck driver, said that the new road has made their job safe and easy as they used to face lots of difficulties passing through Banjul. He noted that they even used to receive insults from the residents due to the fear of accidents occurring. But upon the completion of the road, things have changed for better, as they don't have to disturb the residents of Banjul during transportation. Other drivers, Lamin Jaju and Momodu, also made similar remarks and thanked the government for constructing the road. An anonymous resident of Banjul showed appreciation and thanked the government for their efforts in constructing the Bond Road, saying that they have lived in fear for the past years as trucks loaded and containers used to pass by their homes, which was risky for them. Inspector Suleiman Dabo, a mobile traffic police in Banjul, working around the port, also has this to say.
We feel very much happy when they open this highway, simply reason because it will help us to divert all the trucks and these containers playing this independent drive. So now, instead of going to independent drive, we will direct them to go Bond Road and to the main highway. So it's easy our work, and we are happy with the opening of this highway.
Inspector Dabo noted that there used to be lots of accidents, but with the Bond Road constructed now, accidents are limited. He also advised drivers to drive cautiously.
Please let them still be careful and drive careful, and take it easy, even though the road is at a very standard stage. Let them not use that as an advantage to drive dangerously or with a high speed. So let them be careful, because as you can see, both sides of the road is water.
Maria Madem, reporting for Star TV News.
Those were the local stories. We will be back with the international news after this break.
Gambia, Angola, China Holding, Gosh, producers of the finest tomato paste in the Gambia. Jeja tomato paste, available in 5 kilos, 1 kilo and in sachets. For wholesale and retail, visit our factory at Banjulanding. We are also producers of Jeja mineral water, cool, clear and fresh. Gosh, Gambia, Angola, China Holding, with headquarters at Fatu Golden Plaza, Mile 7, Bertel Harding Highway. Gosh Group also provides the best security company, Gash Security, for your offices, warehouses, homes and personal property. Gash Group for all your construction projects, offering you quality water reticulation for your gardens, pump irrigation, tidal irrigation projects and all types of buildings. You can contact Gash on 396-7894, 700-8993, 373-0259. Visit us at Gash Global Group on Battle Harden Highway, Fatu Golden Plaza. Our website www.gashglobal.com. Gambia, Angola, China Holding, Gash.
And now news beyond our borders. Talks between West African mediator and Mali's military coup leader have ended with agreement to release overthrown president, but no deal on the transitional government. The mediation, a team from the Regional Bloc Economic Community for West African State, ECOWAS, will report to heads of states on progress made before a summit on Mali later this week. Colonel Ismail Wagor said on Monday, but the military spokesman added that the final decision on the makeup of an interim transitional administration will be decided by the Malians. The country was plunged into a political crisis after former President Ibrahim Abubakar was forced to resign. Al Jazeera Ahmed Idris report.
They came, they met, and they both compromised. After 3 days of talks, the West Africa Regional Bloc has reached an agreement with Mali's new military leaders to set free deposed President Ibrahim Boubacar Keïta. ECOWAS says the 77-year-old needs medical attention, a request the military accepted.
Keïta said he's resigned, he was not forced to resign, and that he's not interested in governance again.
A statement some say offers two sides desperate for a breakthrough, a way out of a complex situation. ECOWAS also demanded the immediate restoration of democracy. Mali's new rulers in return want the lifting of sanctions imposed on the country and its leaders in the aftermath of the coup.
ECOWAS explained their idea of transition, so did we. At this moment, nothing has been concluded. The transition structure will be discussed by the ruling council. With the concessions we made, we asked that the sanctions ECOWAS imposed on Mali should be eased or lifted entirely. What matters for us is the population doesn't suffer. Sanctions are a big problem because it's the ordinary people that will suffer.
But lifting the sanctions is still far off. One other sticking point is how long the transition to civil rule will last. On that, the army says it's a decision to be made by Malians and not outside parties. Observers fear that the longer this takes, frustrations will set in, especially from the opposition. After months of protest over the outcome of parliamentary elections earlier this year, Mali's army toppled the government of Ibrahim Keïta and announced the formation of a ruling council. The poor, landlocked country facing serious economic challenges is also faced with rising violence in the north and center of the country. Attacks carried out by armed groups and ethnic militias have killed hundreds of civilians and soldiers. The delegation left Bamako to brief leaders of member states of the Economic Community of West African States. On Wednesday, a summit of heads of state and government of the West Africa Bloc will review the resolutions and take a stand. Ahmed Idris, Al Jazeera.
Torrential rain and flash flood have battered parts of western Yemen in recent weeks, displacing 350,000 families from their homes. At least 130 people have died. The crisis has put more pressure on 8 organizations that were already struggling to help millions of Yemenis facing an unpredictable humanitarian crisis. Al Jazeera Mohammed Al-Qatam reports.
This is what's left of Ahmad's family home. His neighbors have been helping him collect anything that's worth keeping. A week ago, heavy rains brought flash flooding to this region in western Yemen, washing away homes and devastating families. Ahmad, who's already an orphan, lost his 2 remaining family members.
My aunt and uncle have drowned in heavy flooding. Their death is a great loss to me as they raised me after my parents died. I don't know what to do now, but rebuild our home and my life again.
But there are also stories of survival. This 80-year-old tells us how he managed to escape after water broke through a recently built flood barrier.
I grabbed my young granddaughter and held on to the hut's wooden ceiling. But I couldn't reach the other girl, and after the floods filled the room up to my chest, the water submerged my granddaughter under my knee. Then I asked God to help us for the sake of those 2 innocent children, and right away the water went out and we survived.
According to UN agencies, at least 130 people have died in the flooding since late July, with an estimated 350,000 families displaced across 13 provinces. Among them people like Hussein, who fled the heavy Saudi-UAE coalition bombardment on his village of Harad near the Saudi border.
After we fled our village in Harad, leaving behind everything that we had, we have settled here near a cemetery in Al-Qanwais. The recent floods have swept away some of our goats that we depend on to survive. These are hard days.
This natural disaster comes at a time when millions of Yemenis are struggling to survive after a years-long civil war. Nearly half of Yemen's more than 30 million people need immediate assistance. UN officials say the conflict has led to the deaths of 85,000 people from famine, and the recent month-long floods have worsened an already dire situation.
Despite bringing damaging floods, there is an upside to all the rain. It's giving farmers much needed water, which they normally have to pump from the ground. And it's the Saudi-Emirati-led war that has led to a severe shortage of fuel, making irrigation expensive. Mohammed Attab, Al Jazeera, from the province of Al Hudaydah, Al Qanaus.
In California, firefighters are racing to prepare for more lightning storm that could cause hundreds of wildfires. This includes the state's second and third largest blast ever. Nearly 250,000 people have been ordered or warned to evacuate. Al Jazeera Rob Rindo's report.
Packing up and getting out. Richard Camacho of Sonoma County is part of a mass exodus of Northern California residents fleeing raging wildfires.
We're living in weird times right now, man. 5 years back, there was no fires every year. And now it seems like every year is record fires every year.
The fires of August are among the largest ever recorded in the state. More than 800 homes are reported destroyed, with 25,000 more structures at risk. More than 40,000 hectares of land have been scorched. The LNU Lightning Complex fire, stretching across 5 counties, is now 20% contained, according to the California Fire Agency, CAL FIRE. It, like 24 major fires in the state, was started by lightning strikes from dry thunderstorms.
The fire concentration, the challenge that we're facing here in the state, is now disproportionately impacting Northern California. And that is because of close to 12,000 lightning strikes that we experienced over a 72-hour period.
Lightning-sparked fires ravaged giant redwood trees in California's oldest state park. The Big Basin Redwood State Park in Santa Cruz County was established in 1902. Now, historic structures and a museum lie in ruins. More than 1,700 firefighters and support crews are trying to contain the blazes, many of which are burning in rugged, inaccessible terrain. Reinforcement crews have arrived from Arizona, Montana, Nevada, Texas, and Utah. President Donald Trump approved a major disaster declaration, making federal funds available for recovery efforts. In addition to nature's fury, residents of the fire zone have also to contend with human mendacity. Law enforcement authorities reported looting of vacated homes. One thief broke into a firefighter's car and stole his wallet.
It takes a special person to wake up in the morning and say, you know what, I'm going to go victimize and traumatize people who have already been through everything that this community's been through.
More dry thunderstorms are forecast for Northern California. Rob Reynolds, Al Jazeera, Los Angeles.
And before we end the news, a recap of our main headlines. A resident of Carnifin raised concern over plan to turn hospital to COVID-19 treatment center. A government accused of ignoring situation of Gambian workers in Lebanon. Exploring scare sites of Khartoum. A truck driver's excitement about Bone Road construction on the international scene. Mali transition talks end when no-deal military leaders agreed to release Keita. Hundreds of thousands displaced by Yemen's floods. California battle more lightning wildfire as humanity helps. That's all for this edition of the news. Please enjoy the rest of our programs. Thank you for watching.